Hi everyone, I'm Megan, and I chose to research Dr. Lucy Jane Miller. She's a very cool lady who has done so much for the field of OT. So, this presentation highlights the career and impact of Dr. Lucy Jane Miller in sensory processing disorder, also known as SPD. It covers her educational background, key roles, groundbreaking research, and the significance of her work in advancing the understanding and treatment of SPD, primarily in children. And here's a lovely picture of her. So, to begin, we're going to go over her background and career highlights. So, as for her education, she earned a Bachelor of Science in Psychology from Lewis and Clark College in 1972 and a Master's in Science degree in Occupational Therapy from Boston University in 1974. Then she went to go back and get her PhD in Early Childhood Special Education from the University of Denver. And this was mainly in the educational research realm too. She did that in 1986. So her academic achievements pretty much just laid the foundation for her distinguished career that she had in OT in regards of neurodevelopmental research and SPD. So then she founded the Sensory Processing Disorder Foundation and the STAR Center, serving as clinical director and research director since 2005. Additionally, she holds associate professorships at University of Colorado, Denver, and Rocky Mountain University, which reflects her leadership in research and education related to SPD. She studied under A. Jean Ayres, who was, as we know, a pioneer in sensory integration in OT. She studied under her over 30 years ago, which I thought was pretty cool. Her work features national and international collaborations that have significantly advanced knowledge about sensory processing disorder. These partnerships have strengthened research quality and influence, enabling the expansion of treatment protocols and assessment tools globally. So now we're going to look into her research and contributions to the realm of sensory processing disorder. As we've discussed, her primary expertise lies in SPD, sensory processing disorder, and then other related neurodevelopmental conditions. So over time, her research evolved from theoretical foundations to developing diagnostic tests and intervention strategies. She pioneered nationally standardized assessments, which are now used worldwide to diagnose SPD and other developmental delays. If I'm remembering correctly, she developed 7 standardized assessments, which are still used today, which I think is so cool. And then this picture is just going over all the different senses and everything that she looks into with these assessments and everything. Her research has been instrumental in establishing SPD as a recognized condition, influencing diagnostic manuals, including the DSM-5. She's the whole reason why SPD is in the DSM-5. She also developed tools that enhanced occupational therapy practices and advanced sensory integration-based interventions. Her work has reshaped educational and clinical approaches to treating children with sensory processing challenges. So then for her research, this lady was given lots of money for her research. She was supported by over 30 awards and grants, which enabled her to continue exploring the field of SPD and childhood disabilities. Securing funding for her has facilitated innovative service models and professional development for her and everywhere she's worked. Understanding grant acquisition is vital for sustaining impactful research and expanding therapeutic practices in the field. So, in conclusion, just to sum everything up, Dr. Lucy Jane Miller's groundbreaking work in SPD has transformed diagnosis, treatment, and recognition of the disorder of sensory processing disorder. It was really not well known before she kind of just brought it to light, and she was really the one it was like late 70s, early 80s, who just really brought this disorder to light and was the one to advocate for research in this field. And because of her and her leadership in founding research, she was able to found these different institutions, such as the STAR Therapy Institution, that is for SPD specifically. And she's also secured funding, and this is just helping propel the field of OT forward in general, but specifically in the field of sensory processing. So by understanding her contributions and highlights, it highlights the importance of research in the field of occupational therapy, especially in like areas we don't know a whole lot about. Collaboration between just interprofessional collaboration and working with people who can help us form a well-rounded view of what we're looking at, and then also resource acquisition in advancing OT and child development. All of these things just all work together to continue growing our field into something even more vast that we can help so many people with so many different things. So then I have a question for everyone. My question is, how can getting a grant help improve the way we provide therapy services and grow as professionals? And then what steps would you take or could you take to find and apply for a grant to support your research that you would want to do? And then here is my reference page. But yeah, thank you for listening all about Dr. Lucy Jane Miller. She's a super cool lady, especially in the field of SPD. She's literally the pioneer of researching that, and she's the one who has made that area so well known in OT, and that's why we're practicing that area today. Thank you.